So you went then to nationals, obviously, won the American Championship, which is incredible. But that was your first race then in 2 months. Did you do anything? You made the comment earlier, racing gives you so much. For anyone that hasn't watched the finish of that road race, I mean, you and Nielsen versus Brandon is like just the haymakers thrown was wild to see. Did you do any sessions to try and prepare for this race? Because it's just brutal. And as you said, you didn't get to race before. How did the body handle just such a big day? Or maybe it wasn't big for you and I'm misreading
Right.
that.
Yeah, to be honest, so nationals was like kind of a side quest. I wasn't even sure I was gonna go until like a few days before.
Mm,
And I had it in the back of my mind because nationals the last few years have been in Knoxville, and
mhm.
it's just one of those courses where it like physical ability doesn't really matter. If a team has 10 guys and you're by yourself, you're screwed. You're not getting away because it's just a giant freeway. Um, and this year it was obviously a physical course. Like there's quite a lot of climbing and it's pretty long race. So it was like I don't really like my career is only gonna be so long. I'd like to win nationals at some point. So like yeah, if I'm in shape and training has gone well for this last month or whatever, then I might as well go. And then like yeah, worst case scenario, Neil like can help Nielsen yeah, race. But like ideally we can both be good enough to win. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'd focus on that race at all, really. It was more about coming back to Europe and racing. And yeah, to be honest, it's completely different. It's like racing in the US is like there's just no pressure with like positioning, and at least this is how I find it with like it just doesn't feel like a the same energy as a European bike race. And so I just felt so relaxed there. And it's like, yeah, eventually the course is gonna like round out who's physically good enough.
Hmm. So is it just that people are less aggressive going into the key moments? It seemed like it was two climbs, basically, little 3 to 5 minute efforts, 6 minute efforts. In your say that race was in Europe, how would it have been different?
Yeah, I think there, especially nationals, there's no like team dynamics that
Yeah.
I'd say in world tour racing, there's like these high pressure team dynamics where it's like if you're not the leader on your team, they want to see you do the best possible job you can. And these guys are just like, if their job is to pull from 5K to 100 meters before a climb, they're going to do the best possible job. And there's a guy on each team doing that job. So it's just like high stress into the bottom of every climb. And there are just all these like small accelerations all the time throughout the day out of corners. Yeah, in the US, it's just like it seems like more of a I don't know, it's just more relaxed the racing.
What's the let's jump into the training a little bit then that you can share of what is your let's say you're coming into the spring races. What are some sessions that you like to focus on or that your coach is pretty specific about you doing that gets you ready to race?
Yeah, well, I personally think like everything you need to keep like the volume going and you need to keep touching like the VO2 zone probably weekly. Um, but as you get closer to races, my coach is pretty into like I don't know 40/20s, 30/30s, like more on off kind of stuff. And we found that gets me, I guess, more of a racing similar stimulus. But the other thing is, I think a lot of World Tour guys now they never really go full gas in training. They just like stay in their zones. They follow their intervals. We found that like if I don't if I don't do like a hard climb after a long training period or like, yeah, some full gas kind of effort, I just like mentally can crumble in these races sometimes because it's like, yeah, just it's like a mental battle going full gas. And some guys can just do it. Like they're like, oh, it's a race. I'm going full gas. But like if I haven't pushed myself to the max on the bike in like a month and a half and I get to the race, I just have these crazy intrinsic thoughts about, oh, like what am I doing here when I'm suffering? And it just it's difficult. So you need that kind of, I wouldn't necessarily call it race simulation, but just like a full gas effort really helps me before a race.
Do you do that on a local climb that you know? Do you just pick wherever you are, and do you Strava it all and like chase some other pros' times, or is it how do you are you not specific with that at all? It's just like, oh, here I am. I'm going to go rip this today.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, my coach will tell me, "Oh, like don't rip this climb," or yeah, we'll talk about it beforehand. I feel like yeah, most places I train, there's like a certain climb I do efforts up, and then I'll just like one day, a week out from a race, just smack it from the bottom and try and hang on, basically.
All right. Do you are you in the gym at all, or any strength training, strength and conditioning stuff?
Yeah, I'd say mostly in the winter. I do like 2, 3, I guess, gym sessions, but it's nothing crazy at all. It's like insanely easy, basically. I would say it's like minimal reps, and then yeah, I'd say we do like once a week maintenance throughout the year, and sometimes without weight as well, even depending on where I am. So.
So some people might hear a few reps and think, oh, well, that means heavy weight. Is it still lightweight? Are you using like dumbbells, or what type of exercises are you doing?
Um, it's not like super light, but it's not. I'm never doing anything till failure.
Okay.
I mostly the only like loading exercises I do are like with the hex bar, like hex bar deadlifts, or um, like with a kettlebell. I forget what they're called. It's like single leg RDLs or something, or
Okay.
like suitcase deadlifts. It's all like not super intense. And then the rest is all like core slash body weight stuff, like planking and uh, yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Do you worry at all, or other friends that are climbers? We're talking about weight. Do you worry about adding too much weight, or is that you're like, hey, the strength gains and keeping myself strong is worth any small amount of weight I might gain?
Yeah, I think you're not going to gain enough weight to cause problems, and if you gain weight, it's helping you probably produce more power. Um, yeah, but I'm lifting such a minimal amount that it's like there's no way I'll gain weight from that. I
Mm-hmm.
think I could be wrong. Maybe the DEXA scan will disagree, but
Do you get DEXA scanned often?
not all the time. But like it'll tell you if you put on muscle. I guess like maybe twice a year, 3 times a year.
Okay. So what are some things you're trying to improve on for the rest of the season, or maybe even bigger picture? I don't know how long some athletes have talked about timelines that teams give them. Hey, this is we're in 2024, by 2026 we want to see this. And so then you're maybe talking to your coach and saying, geez, to achieve that, I really need to improve on these things. Do you have anything that you can share that you're like, these are my personal goals of getting better?
It's really just racing. It's like
Mm.
uh, um, being able to do the physical performances that theoretically I could probably do in training and doing them in a race because I've never come even close.